Welcome back to Boss Championship Racing. I'm Nils Nilsson and this is Donnie McFadden. We're at the semifinal round, Group 1 of 2, and let's meet the drivers. Starting on the pole from Arlo Racing in the number 69, this is Arlo.
Next to Arlo in the number 34 from Live Young Diecast, this is Lone Star.
Lining up third from Bent Rod Racing in the number 63, this is Coots.
And one of our own from the Boss Championship Racing Team, this is Kyle Day in the 01.
And lining up fifth in the Chevy Corvette from Vulcan, Michigan, this is Numbskull from Numbskull Racing.
And in the number 5 from Greenfield, Massachusetts, this is N-Count from Chase Family Racing.
The grid is set, race 1 in a moment. 6 cars, 6 laps, the top 3 will move on to the finals. A little different from before, the cars will rotate clockwise. So we will see how they shake out, but here we go. We are green, and N-Count is upside down in turn number 2. Through the hairpin they go, Arlo with a nice lead. Lone Star right behind, and big wreck on the last straightaway. And what a crazy finish. Absolute carnage at the line, and N-Count upside down.
I'm just amazed that N-Count somehow got back on all fours and made it down the track.
Well, here's the instant replay, and what a wild ride there for N-Count. Able to keep it on the track, but unable to finish ultimately at the end.
Arlo really showing his pace, but man, he was out of control when he came to that last straightaway. Lone Star went right underneath him.
For whatever reason, these guys have had a hard time with this straightaway. Looks like they cut to the inside and end up clipping the wall, and it just does a ton of damage. And let's see who finished P3 and P4. And here's the overhead replay. Wow, that is really close. Numbskull looking like he might have the edge. Here it is again. And there it is. The judges have spoken, and Numbskull picks up the points. Lone Star gets a nice little boost, picks up the win. Arlo settles for 3 points. And here we go. What a crazy start to this round.
You know, we had a controversial race last week. Let's not do this again.
Well, here we go for race number 2, and it looks like N-Count upside down again. But Arlo is getting away. Lone Star right there, challenging for P1, but Arlo will take it. Coots coming in third. And we are missing N-Count at the top of the track.
This feels familiar, Nils. He had an issue with this in the previous round. He's got a really fast car, was able to still qualify for this. But again, first 2 races, 2 DNFs. That's tough, man.
At the top of the table now, we've got Arlo and Lone Star really battling it out. Those two look like they're equal in pace, so this will be a fun one. A 10.7990 for that lap. That's pretty impressive.
We shouldn't be surprised, man. Arlo holds the track record. He qualified first for this event. He's looking so fast.
Well, Lone Star with 12, Arlo with 10, and Coots up to 9 points. Here we go for race number 3.
You know, Coots is the master of defense. I gotta say, that Chevy, he knows how to make it work.
He's up into P2, challenging there with N-Count, and here comes Arlo as well up into third. And did Arlo make a lunge late? We will have to see. But what a race there, and what a result for Coots, for Numbskull. This thing is really heating up.
You love to see it, Nils. These guys are just duking it out, challenging for position. Every position gained or lost is a big deal in this tournament.
Kyle Day coming in 6th, and oh my, I can't believe that. Arlo was able to snag P2 right at the line.
Arlo's got a little lead, but only 2 points separate the top 4 at this point, so...
N-Count's got a lot of work to do. Has pole for this race. Kyle Day's been struggling. Will he be able to bounce back in the remaining 3 laps? Here we go. They go green for lap number 4. N-Count able to stay on track through the hairpin.
All right, watch for a run here from Numbskull.
Numbskull back in 4th place. Lone Star challenging for 2nd, but hits the wall and drops a couple positions. And Numbskull, that run, Donnie, you're right, up into 3rd.
It's good to see end count at the front. Looked really good in that clean air. I know we've talked about this, Nils, but I've got experience with these race cars, and sometimes you just get a feeling, and it checks out.
Numbskull almost made a run there on Kyle Day for second. Showing some pace there from Numbskull in that 0-3. But Arlo, Lone Star, Coots tied for second now with 16. Numbskull into first place. And this is shaping up. We've only got 2 more to go. 2 more laps. Here we go. Green and they're off. Kyle Day on pole. And into the hairpin they go. Big push there from Lone Star.
You got to watch out for Lone Star. That guy is on a mission. Check that out. What a move. Gets first place. Hats off, Lone Star. Incredible.
What a run indeed. Kyle Day was all out there in front by himself. It almost looked like he's never been there before. And spins a little bit, gets loose. And Lone Star right there says thank you very much and takes P1. The GT tournament is brought to you by Unhinged Diecast. Make sure to check out the link in the description below for 10% off your order.
I like what I'm seeing here, Nils. What a battle we've got. The top 3 positions are all within reach.
That's right, Donnie. Lone Star with 23 points, 3-point lead over Arlo and Numbskull at 20 points. And Coots hanging in there with 17.
Makes you wonder if those 2 DNFs at the beginning of the race for end count, you never know what could have been.
That is so right, Donnie. Race number 6. Here we go. The top 3 are moving on to the finals. The margins are so tight, but the top 2, Arlo and Lone Star, battling for first. And Lone Star will take P1. And another wreck at the end, but able to finish Numbskull in P5.
This was the most physical race we've ever seen. 6 laps, and these guys just were almost bumper carring it around.
You know, I think I agree with you, but bumper carring it around, is that even proper English?
You know, I try, but at this point in my life, I know I'm an American, and I can say things that I want to say.
You heard it here, everybody. Things that you want to say in America. Here's your final points. Lone Star, the Texan, with 30 points, and Arlo with 25, and Numbskull up to 22. Those 3 will be moving on to the final round.
You know, Lone Star, you can't take anything away from that guy. He's looking so good going into the finals. And Arlo was very close, but that mishap on race number 1, you know, could have been a lot different for him.
And Coots had an incredible run in this tournament. Unfortunately, will be headed home, as well as End Count and Kyle Day. But what a start to the semifinals, an intense round we've had already, and part 2 will be coming at you next week.
Coots, the master of defense. He will be missed.
You know, bumper carring it around could be a thing.
Hey, I know what I said, and yeah, it could be.
Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to hit like and subscribe so you'll never miss another race right here at Boss Championship Racing. We will see you next time for part 2 of the semifinal round at the GT tournament.